Picture this. You're going about your day feeling pretty good about yourself. Maybe you just got a promotion at work, or you're rocking a new hairstyle that's getting you lots of compliments. Life seems to be going your way. But then, out of nowhere, someone starts stirring up trouble. They might spread rumors about you, pick fights over little things, or try to make you look bad in front of others. It's frustrating, right? You're left wondering, what did I do to deserve this? Well, here's a thought that might surprise you. What if all this drama isn't really about you at all? What if the person causing all this trouble is actually jealous of the attention you're getting? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But stick with me, because today we're going to dive deep into why people who create drama in your life might actually be green with envy. Now, let's be real for a second. We've all dealt with people who seem to thrive on chaos. You know the type, always stirring the pot, making mountains out of molehills, and turning every little thing into a huge deal. It's exhausting, isn't it? You might find yourself constantly on edge, waiting for the next explosion. Maybe you've even started to doubt yourself, wondering if you're the problem. But here's the kicker. What if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if all this drama isn't about you being a bad person or doing something wrong? What if it's actually about the other person and their own insecurities? That's right. We're about to flip the script on drama creators and see what's really going on behind the scenes. Okay, so here's the big reveal. The real reason behind all this drama might just be good old-fashioned jealousy. I know, it sounds like something out of a high school movie, right? But hear me out. Jealousy isn't just for teenagers or soap opera villains. It's a very real, very human emotion that can affect anyone at any age. Think about it. When was the last time you felt a twinge of envy? Maybe your friend got that job you wanted, or your sibling bought a shiny new car you can't afford. It doesn't feel great, does it? Now, most of us can deal with these feelings in a healthy way. We might feel bad for a bit, but we move on. But for some people, jealousy can be like a poison. It eats away at them, making them act in ways that don't make sense to the rest of us. So why do people get jealous in the first place? Well, it usually boils down to a few things: fear, insecurity, and wanting what others have. When someone sees you getting attention or success, it might remind them of what they feel they're lacking. Instead of being happy for you, they feel threatened. It's like they think there's only so much happiness or success to go around, and if you're getting some, there must be less for them. But here's the thing. Jealousy isn't rational. It doesn't play by the rules of logic. That's why the actions of a jealous person can seem so out of left field. They're not reacting to what's really happening. They're reacting to their own fears and insecurities. Now, I know this might be a lot to take in. You might be thinking, no way, this person just doesn't like me. And you know what? That's a totally normal reaction. It's hard to see past the drama when you're in the middle of it, but that's why we're here today. We're going to break this down step by step and see why jealousy might be the sneaky culprit behind all that unnecessary drama in your life. Think about the last time someone created drama with you. Maybe they criticized you in front of others, or they gave you the cold shoulder for no apparent reason. It hurt, right? It probably made you question yourself. Wonder what you did wrong. But what if just what if it wasn't about you at all? What if it was about them and their own struggles with jealousy? As we go through this together, I want you to keep an open mind. We're going to look at the signs of jealousy, why attention is such a big deal to some people, and how this whole jealousy thing can turn into a vicious cycle of drama. And don't worry, we're not just going to leave you hanging. We'll also talk about how to deal with these situations and even how to break the cycle. So buckle up, folks. We're about to go on a journey into the mind of the drama creator. By the end of this, you'll have a whole new perspective on those tricky relationships in your life. And who knows, you might even feel a little compassion for those drama creators. After all, jealousy is a tough emotion to deal with. But before we dive into all that, let's take a closer look at why this stuff matters in the first place. Because let's face it, drama is more than just annoying. It can really mess with your head, your relationships, and even your success in life. So, understanding where it comes from, that's not just interesting, it's downright essential. Let's face it, drama is exhausting. It's like a storm that blows into your life, messing everything up and leaving you to clean up the mess. We've all been there, right? You're just minding your own business, trying to live your best life, and suddenly, bam! Someone decides to make everything complicated. Maybe it's a coworker who always has something negative to say about your ideas, or a friend who turns every little misunderstanding into World War III, or even a family member who seems to thrive on creating tension at every gathering. Whatever form it takes, drama has a way of sucking the joy out of life. Here's the thing about drama. It's stressful, like really stressful. When you're constantly dealing with someone who's stirring up trouble, it can feel like you're walking on eggshells all the time. You start to second-guess everything you say or do, worried that it might set off another explosion of negativity. This stress isn't just annoying, it can actually affect your health. Constant stress can lead to all sorts of problems, from headaches and trouble sleeping to more serious issues like high blood pressure and a weakened immune system. And let's not even get started on what it does to your mental health. Dealing with drama day in and day out can leave you feeling anxious, depressed, and just plain worn out. But it's not just the stress that gets to you. Drama also has a way of making you question everything. When someone's constantly creating problems, it's natural to start wondering, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? This confusion can really do a number on your self-esteem. You might start to doubt your own judgment. Maybe you begin to think that you're the problem, that you're too sensitive, or that you're just not good at getting along with people. This self-doubt can spill over into other areas of your life, affecting your confidence at work, in your relationships, and even in your personal goals. And here's another thing about drama. It doesn't just affect you and the person creating it. It has a way of spreading, like ripples in a pond. Your other relationships might start to suffer as you become more stressed and withdrawn. Your work performance might take a hit because you're spending so much mental energy dealing with the drama. Even your hobbies and interests might fall by the wayside as you lose the energy and enthusiasm for the things you once enjoyed. In short, drama has a way of taking over your life if you let it. It can change the way you see yourself and the world around you, and not in a good way. But what if we're looking at this all wrong? What if all this drama isn't really about you at all? What if the person causing all this trouble is actually dealing with their own issues, specifically jealousy? I know it might sound far-fetched at first. After all, when someone's constantly giving you a hard time, it's natural to think they just don't like you. But what if their behavior says more about them than it does about you? Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed that the drama often seems to crop up when things are going well for you? Maybe you got a promotion and suddenly your coworker starts nitpicking everything you do. Or you start a new relationship and your friend becomes weirdly critical of your new partner. It's almost like your success or happiness is triggering something in them. This is where jealousy comes into play. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, and it can make people act in ways that don't make sense to the rest of us. When someone's jealous, they might lash out, create problems, or try to bring you down. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because they're struggling with their own feelings of inadequacy or insecurity. Now, I'm not saying that every person who creates drama is jealous. People are complicated, and there can be lots of reasons for difficult behavior. But understanding that jealousy might be at the root of some of this drama, that can be a game changer. Why? Because it shifts your perspective. Instead of feeling like you're constantly under attack, you start to see the drama creator as someone who's struggling. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you respond in a way that's more productive and less stressful for you. Plus, recognizing that the drama might be coming from a place of jealousy can be incredibly freeing. It means that all this negativity isn't because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you're not good enough or because you're doing something wrong. It's because the other person is dealing with their own issues. So, as we dive deeper into this topic, I want you to keep an open mind. We're going to explore why people get jealous, how jealousy can lead to drama-creating behavior, and what you can do about it. Because here's the thing. Once you understand what's really going on, you'll be in a much better position to handle the drama in your life. And who knows, you might even find a way to turn these difficult relationships into something more positive. After all, understanding is the first step towards change. So, are you ready to see drama in a whole new light? Let's dive in. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. We've talked about drama and how it can turn your life upside down. Now it's time to pull back the curtain and reveal the puppet master behind all this chaos: jealousy. Yep, you heard that right. Jealousy. That green-eyed monster that Shakespeare warned us about. It might sound like something out of a teen drama or a soap opera, but trust me, jealousy is very real and very powerful, and it doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone at any age, in any walk of life. So, how does jealousy lead to drama? Well, it's not always a straight line. But here's how it often goes down. Someone sees you getting attention, success, or happiness. This triggers feelings of inadequacy or insecurity in them. Instead of dealing with these feelings in a healthy way, they act out. This acting out takes the form of drama, criticizing you, spreading rumors, picking fights, etc. The drama makes them feel temporarily better. They're getting attention now. But it doesn't solve the underlying issue. Rinse and repeat. It's like a toddler throwing a tantrum because another kid got a toy they wanted, except, with adults. And instead of screaming and throwing things, usually, they create drama, Now, you might be wondering, why would someone get jealous of me? I'm just living my life. And that's exactly the point. You're living your life and maybe doing it pretty well. That can be threatening to some people. Fear. Fear of being left behind. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of missing out. When someone sees you succeeding or being happy, it might trigger their fears about their own life. Insecurity. This is like fear's cousin. People who are insecure about themselves might see your success as a reminder of what they think they lack. Wanting what others have. Some people have a hard time being happy with what they've got. They're always looking at what others have, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Low self-esteem. When someone doesn't feel good about themselves, seeing others do well can be really tough. Instead of feeling inspired, they might feel resentful. Comparison. In today's world of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly comparing yourself to others. Some people take this to an extreme, always measuring themselves against others and coming up short in their own minds. The thing is, jealousy isn't rational. It doesn't play by the rules of logic. That's why the actions of a jealous person can seem so out of left field. They're not reacting to what's really happening. They're reacting to their own fears and insecurities. Now, let's talk about attention for a second. Humans are social creatures, and we all need attention to some degree. It's normal and healthy. But for some people, attention becomes like a drug. They crave it, they need it, and they'll do almost anything to get it. When they see someone else getting attention, maybe you're getting praise at work, or you're in a happy relationship, or you're just generally doing well in life, it can feel like a threat to them. In their mind, if you're getting attention, that must mean there's less attention for them. So what do? They create drama. Because drama, even negative drama, is a surefire way to get attention. It might not be positive attention, but for some people, any attention is better than no attention at all. Here's where things get really tricky. Creating drama might get them the attention they crave in the short term, but it doesn't solve their underlying issues. In fact, it often makes things worse. They might alienate people, damage relationships, or develop a reputation as a troublemaker. This can lead to more insecurity and jealousy, which leads to more drama. And round we go. It's like a hamster wheel of negativity, and it can be really hard for someone to get off once they're on it. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds well and good, but how do I know if this is what's really going on? How can I tell if someone's creating drama because they're jealous? Great question. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into next. We'll look at some signs that might indicate someone's drama-creating behavior is rooted in jealousy. Because once you can spot it, you'll be in a much better position to deal with it. But before we get to that, I want you to take a moment and think about the drama creators in your own life. Have you noticed any patterns? Do they tend to act up more when things are going well for you? Do they seem to have a hard time celebrating your successes? These might be clues that jealousy is at play. Remember, understanding where someone's behavior is coming from doesn't mean you have to put up with it, but it can help you respond in a way that's more productive and less stressful for you. And who knows? With the right approach, you might even be able to turn these difficult relationships around. So, Are you ready to become a drama detective? Let's learn how to spot the signs of jealousy-fueled drama. Because knowledge, my friends, is power. And in this case, it might just be the key to a more peaceful, drama-free life. All right, let's put on our detective hats and learn how to spot jealousy in action. Remember, jealousy can be sneaky. It doesn't always show up wearing a big green sign that says, "I'm jealous." Instead, it often disguises itself as other behaviors. But don't worry. I'm going to give you some clues to look out for. First up, we have the backhanded compliment. This is when someone says something that sounds like praise on the surface, but actually has a little sting in its tail. For example, let's say you just got a promotion at work. A jealous colleague might say something like, "Wow, congratulations on the promotion. I guess they must really be desperate for people in that department." Ouch, right? Here's another example. You've been working hard on your fitness and you're feeling great about your progress. A jealous friend might say, "You look so good. I wish I had time to spend hours at the gym every day." See what they did there? They complimented you, but also implied that you're being selfish or have misplaced priorities. These backhanded compliments are a classic sign of jealousy. The person wants to acknowledge your success because ignoring it would be too obvious. But they can't quite bring themselves to be genuinely happy for you. So they add a little jab to make themselves feel better. Next up, we have the constant comparison. This is when someone always seems to be measuring themselves against you and making sure you know about it. They might constantly bring up ways in which they think they're better than you, or they might always try to one-up your achievements. For instance, if you share that you got a 5% raise at work, they might quickly jump in with, "Oh, that's nice. I got a 7% raise last year." Or if you're excited about a new hobby you've taken up, they might say something like, "Oh, I tried that once. I was really good at it, but I got bored quickly." This behavior comes from a place of insecurity. The jealous person feels threatened by your success or happiness, so they try to make themselves feel better by pointing out ways they think they're superior. It's like they're constantly trying to prove to themselves and to you that they're just as good or better. Here's a particularly nasty sign of jealousy: spreading rumors or gossiping behind your back. When someone is jealous, they might try to bring you down by damaging your reputation. They might exaggerate your flaws, make up stories about you, or share information you told them in confidence. For example, let's say you confided in a friend that you're having some relationship troubles. A jealous friend might spread this information around, maybe even embellishing it to make things sound worse than they are. Or, if you make a small mistake at work, a jealous colleague might blow it out of proportion when talking to others. This behavior is particularly hurtful because it's often done behind your back. You might not even know it's happening until you start noticing that people are treating you differently. The jealous person is trying to make themselves feel better by bringing you down in the eyes of others. Last but not least, we have the saboteur. This is when someone actively tries to undermine your success or happiness. They might forget to pass on important information to you, give you bad advice on purpose, or even directly interfere with your work or relationships. For instance, a jealous coworker might conveniently forget to invite you to an important meeting. Or a jealous friend might try to create problems in your relationship by planting seeds of doubt or suspicion. This behavior is perhaps the most direct expression of jealousy. The person sees your success or happiness as a threat, so they actively try to derail it. It's like they think that by bringing you down, they'll somehow elevate themselves. Now, here's the tricky part. Any one of these behaviors on its own doesn't necessarily mean someone is jealous. We all have bad days, and we all sometimes say or do things that aren't very nice. The key is to look for patterns. Is there someone in your life who consistently exhibits these behaviors, especially when things are going well for you? Do they seem to have a hard time being genuinely happy for your successes? Do they often try to bring the conversation back to themselves when you're sharing good news? If you're nodding your head right now, you might be dealing with a jealous person. But remember, recognizing jealousy isn't about condemning the person. It's about understanding where their behavior is coming from, so you can deal with it more effectively. And here's another important point. Sometimes the signs of jealousy can be really subtle. The person might not even realize they're acting out of jealousy. They might genuinely believe they're just being honest or helpful when they criticize you or point out flaws in your success. That's why it's so important to trust your gut. If someone's behavior consistently makes you feel bad about yourself or your achievements, even if you can't quite put your finger on why, there might be some jealousy at play. Now that we've learned how to spot jealousy, let's talk about why it happens in the first place. And to do that, we need to talk about attention. Yep, good old-fashioned attention. It might seem simple, but attention plays a huge role in human behavior, especially when it comes to jealousy and drama. Let's start with a basic fact. Humans need attention. It's not just about being needy or self-centered. It's actually a fundamental psychological need. From the time we're born, we rely on attention from others to survive and thrive. A baby cries to get attention when it needs food or comfort. As we grow, we learn that attention from others helps us feel valued, understood, and connected. In a way, attention is like emotional food. We need it to feel good about ourselves and our place in the world. And just like with real food, some people feel like they never get enough. The problem is, attention can sometimes feel like a limited resource. If someone else is getting a lot of attention, it might feel like there's less to go around for everyone else. This is especially true for people who already feel insecure or undervalued. Now let's talk about the spotlight. You know, that metaphorical beam of attention that shines on people when they're doing well or experiencing success. When you get a promotion, start a new relationship, or achieve a personal goal, you're basically stepping into the spotlight. And while that feels great for you, it can be really hard for some people to watch. For someone who's struggling with their own sense of self-worth, seeing you in the spotlight can be painful. It might remind them of their own perceived shortcomings or unfulfilled dreams. Instead of feeling inspired by your success, they might feel threatened by it. It's like they're thinking, if they're doing so well, what does that say about me? Or, why can't I have that kind of success? These thoughts can trigger feelings of inadequacy and insecurity, which in turn can lead to jealousy and drama-creating behavior. Here's where things get really interesting. Some people, when faced with someone else's success, will try to grab some of that spotlight for themselves. And often, the easiest way to do that is by creating drama. Think about it. If you're at a party and everyone's attention is on someone who just got engaged, how could you quickly get everyone to look at you instead? You could announce some big news of your own, sure. But if you don't have any good news, you might be tempted to do something dramatic, like start an argument or spread some juicy gossip. This is exactly what happens with jealousy-fueled drama. The person feels like they're being left out or overlooked, so they stir up trouble as a way to redirect attention to themselves. It might not be positive attention, but for some people, negative attention feels better than no attention at all. The tricky thing about attention-seeking behavior is that it can become a habit. If someone learns that creating drama is an effective way to get attention, they might start doing it more and more often. This can lead to a vicious cycle. They feel overlooked or insecure. They create drama to get attention. They get attention even if it's negative. This reinforces the behavior, making them more likely to do it again in the future. Over time, people might start avoiding them or giving them less positive attention because of their dramatic behavior. His makes them feel more insecure and overlooked, starting the cycle all over again. It's like a hamster wheel of negativity, and it can be really hard for someone to get off once they're on it. There's one more piece to this attention puzzle that we need to talk about: comparison. In today's world of social media and constant connectivity, it's easier than ever to compare ourselves to others. We're constantly bombarded with highlight reels of other people's lives, which can make us feel like we're falling short. For someone who's already feeling insecure, this constant comparison can be toxic. They might start to feel like they're in a competition for attention and validation. And when they see you getting positive attention, it might feel like they're losing that competition. This is where jealousy can really take root. Instead of being happy for your success, they might resent it because it makes them feel bad about themselves. And that resentment can lead to drama-creating behavior as they try to level the playing field or redirect attention back to themselves. So why does all this matter? Well, understanding the role of attention in jealousy and drama can help you respond more effectively when you encounter these behaviors. Instead of taking the drama personally, you can recognize it for what it often is: a cry for attention from someone who's feeling insecure or overlooked. This doesn't mean you have to put up with bad behavior, of course, but it might help you approach the situation with more compassion and understanding. And in some cases, it might even help you find ways to address the underlying need for attention in more positive ways. Remember, we all need attention and validation sometimes. The key is learning to seek it and give it in healthy ways that build people up instead of tearing them down. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next, as we explore how to break the cycle of jealousy and drama. All right, now that we understand why attention is such a big deal, let's talk about how jealousy can turn into a never-ending cycle of drama. It's like a merry-go-round of negativity, and once someone's on it, it can be really hard to get off. But don't worry. Understanding this cycle is the first step to breaking it. Trigger event. It starts with something positive happening in your life. Maybe you get a promotion, start a new relationship, or achieve a personal goal. You're feeling great. Comparison. Someone in your life, let's call them the drama creator, sees your success. Instead of being happy for you, they start comparing themselves to you. They might think, "Why don't I have that?" Or, "I should be doing better than them." Negative feelings. These comparisons lead to negative feelings. The drama creator might feel inadequate, insecure, or left behind. These feelings are uncomfortable and they want to make them go away. Acting out. To deal with these bad feelings, the drama creator acts out. They might criticize you, spread rumors, or try to undermine your success. This is the drama we've been talking about. Temporary relief. Creating drama gives them a brief sense of control or superiority. For a moment, they feel better because the attention is on them, or because they've brought you down to their level. Consequences. But this relief doesn't last. Their dramatic behavior might damage their relationships or reputation. People might start avoiding them or giving them less positive attention. More insecurity. These consequences make them feel even more insecure and overlooked, which takes us right back to step 2. And round we go. Here's the really tricky part. This cycle tends to get worse over time. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. Each time through the cycle, the drama creator's insecurities grow, their behavior gets more extreme, and the consequences get more severe. Imagine you have a coworker named Alex. You've just been given a big project at work, and you're excited about it. Here's how the jealousy cycle might unfold. Trigger. You get the big project. You're thrilled and share the news with your team. Comparison. Alex thinks, why didn't I get that project? I've been here longer than they have. Negative feelings. Alex feels overlooked and resentful. Acting out. Alex starts criticizing your ideas in team meetings and forgetting to include you on important emails. Temporary relief. For a moment, Alex feels better. I showed them, they might think. Consequences. Your other coworkers notice Alex's behavior and start to distance themselves. Your boss notices too and starts to see Alex as not being a team player. More insecurity. Now Alex feels even more insecure at work, which makes them even more likely to act out the next time something good happens to you or someone else on the team. See how it snowballs? Each time through the cycle, Alex's behavior gets worse and the consequences get more severe. Now, here's something else to consider. This cycle doesn't just affect you and the drama creator. It can have a ripple effect that impacts everyone around you. In our example with Alex, the whole team's morale might suffer. Work might not get done as efficiently because of the tension and lack of communication. In a family or friend group, one person's jealousy-fueled drama can create tension and conflict that affects everyone. It can make gatherings uncomfortable, strain relationships, and even cause the group to split into factions. This ripple effect is one of the reasons why it's so important to address jealousy and drama. It's not just about making your own life easier, although that's certainly a good reason. It's about creating a healthier environment for everyone. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds pretty grim. Are we just doomed to keep going around and around this jealousy merry-go-round? Don't worry. There is hope. Understanding this cycle is actually the first step to breaking it. Once you can recognize what's happening, you're in a much better position to respond in a way that doesn't feed into the cycle. For example, if you know that criticism from a certain person is likely coming from a place of jealousy, you might be able to let it roll off your back more easily. Instead of getting defensive, which could escalate the drama, you might respond with kindness or simply choose not to engage. And if you're the one feeling those pangs of jealousy, recognizing the cycle can help you catch yourself before you act out. You can acknowledge your feelings, but choose to respond in a healthier way. Breaking this cycle isn't easy, and it often requires both the drama creator and the target of the drama to make changes. But it is possible. And in the next section, we're going to talk about some specific strategies for doing just that. Remember, the goal isn't to never feel jealous. Jealousy is a normal human emotion, and we all feel it sometimes. The goal is to learn to handle those feelings in a way that doesn't hurt ourselves or others. It's about breaking free from the drama cycle and creating healthier, happier relationships. So are you ready to learn how to get off this merry-go-round of jealousy and drama? Let's dive into some practical strategies for breaking the cycle and creating more positive interactions. Because life's too short for unnecessary drama, right? All right. Now that we understand the jealousy cycle, let's talk about how to deal with it. When you're faced with someone who's creating drama out of jealousy, it can be really tempting to fight fire with fire. But trust me, that usually just adds fuel to the flames. Instead, let's look at some strategies that can help diffuse the situation and maybe even improve your relationship with the drama creator. First things first, keep your cool. I know, it's easier said than done when someone's pushing your buttons. But staying calm is like your secret superpower in these situations. When you don't react emotionally, you take away a lot of the drama creator's power. Here's a little trick. Take a deep breath and count to 10 before you respond. It sounds simple, but it can really help you keep your emotions in check. Remember, the drama creator is often looking for a reaction. If you don't give them one, they might eventually stop trying so hard to get one. This one's tough, but it's super important. Remember, the drama creator's behavior is about them, not you. Their jealousy and insecurity are their issues to deal with. You didn't cause these feelings, and you can't fix them. Try to separate their actions from your own self-worth. Just because someone criticizes you or tries to bring you down doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's a reflection of their own struggles. While you can't control how others behave, you can control how you respond and what you're willing to put up with. Setting clear boundaries is key to dealing with drama creators. Be direct and firm about what kind of behavior you will and won't accept. For example, you might say something like, "I understand you're upset, but it's not okay to spread rumors about me. If you have a problem with me, I'd appreciate it if you talk to me directly." Remember, setting boundaries isn't mean or selfish. It's a healthy way to protect yourself and your relationships. Here's a strategy that might surprise you. Try being extra kind to the drama creator. This doesn't mean letting them walk all over you. It means responding to their negativity with positivity. Compliment them when they do something well. Show interest in their life and achievements. Sometimes, people create drama because they feel overlooked or undervalued. By giving them positive attention, you might reduce their need to seek attention through negative behavior. Plus, it's a lot harder for someone to keep being mean to you when you're being nice to them. They might even start to feel a bit guilty about their behavior. Drama creators often thrive on reaction. The more you engage with their drama, the more they'll create. So, one of the most effective strategies can be to simply not engage. If they try to draw you into an argument, you can say something like, "I don't want to argue about this. Let's talk about something else." If they're spreading rumors, don't dignify them with a response. Over time, if the drama creator doesn't get the reaction they're looking for, they might stop trying to create drama with you. If you're close to the drama creator, you might be able to help them recognize their own behavior. This requires a gentle touch and a lot of patience. You could try saying something like, "I've noticed that you seem upset when good things happen to me. Is everything okay? I care about you and I want us both to be happy." This approach shows that you care about their feelings while also pointing out the pattern you've noticed. Be prepared, though. Not everyone is ready to look at their own behavior. If they get defensive or angry, it might be best to back off and try again another time. Dealing with a drama creator can be really draining. Don't try to handle it all on your own. Talk to friends, family, or even a therapist about what you're experiencing. They can offer support, give you a reality check if you start doubting yourself, and maybe even share their own experiences and strategies for dealing with similar situations. Now here's where things get really interesting. While it's important to know how to deal with drama creators, it's equally important to look at our own behavior. After all, none of us are perfect. We've all probably felt jealous at some point, and we might have even created a little drama ourselves. So, let's take a moment for some honest self-reflection. Don't worry. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about understanding yourself better so you can have healthier relationships and a happier life. Start by paying attention to your emotions, especially when good things happen to others. Do you feel genuinely happy for them? Or do you feel a twinge of envy? Maybe even a little resentment? These feelings are normal. The key is to recognize them and deal with them in a healthy way. If you notice yourself feeling jealous, take a moment to acknowledge it. "I'm feeling jealous right now, and that's okay. But I don't want to act on this feeling in a way that hurts others or myself." Now, think about how you typically react when others succeed or get attention. Do you congratulate them sincerely? Or do you find yourself trying to one-up them or downplay their achievements? Be honest with yourself. Have you ever spread gossip about someone who was doing well? Have you ever tried to undermine someone's success because you felt threatened by it? Remember, the goal here isn't to make yourself feel bad. It's to recognize any patterns in your behavior that might be harmful to your relationships. If you do notice some jealousy or drama-creating tendencies in yourself, try to understand where they're coming from. What situations tend to trigger these feelings? Is it when someone succeeds in an area where you feel insecure? Is it when you feel like you're not getting enough attention or recognition? Understanding your triggers can help you prepare for these situations and choose how to respond more consciously. One of the best antidotes to jealousy is gratitude. When you're focused on appreciating what you have, it's harder to feel envious of what others have. Try starting a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things, like your health or your job, or small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. Over time, this practice can help shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, making you less susceptible to jealousy and the urge to create drama. Challenge yourself to genuinely celebrate when good things happen to others. Instead of comparing their success to your own situation, try to see it as inspiration. Their success doesn't take anything away from you. In fact, it might even open up new possibilities for you. When you hear about someone's achievement, make a point of congratulating them sincerely. You might be surprised at how good it makes you feel too. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own growth. Set personal goals based on what's important to you, not on what others are doing. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. Remember, everyone's journey is different. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Now that we've looked at how to respond to drama and how to check our own behavior, let's talk about how to break the cycle of jealousy and drama for good. This is about creating an environment where everyone can thrive without feeling the need to bring others down. One of the best ways to prevent drama is to encourage open, honest communication. Create an environment where people feel safe expressing their feelings and concerns directly. This might mean having regular check-ins with friends or family members. In a work setting, it could mean having team meetings where everyone gets a chance to share their thoughts and ideas. When people feel heard and valued, they're less likely to resort to drama to get attention. Try to create a culture where everyone's success is celebrated. This could be as simple as making a point to acknowledge people's achievements, big and small. In a friend group, this might mean throwing little celebrations for each other's milestones. In a workplace, it could mean publicly recognizing team members' contributions. When people feel supported and appreciated, they're more likely to support others in turn. When conflicts do arise, address them directly and calmly. Don't let small issues fester into big dramas. Encourage people to talk to each other directly if they have a problem, rather than gossiping or complaining to others. Model this behavior yourself by addressing issues head-on in a respectful way. Encourage personal growth and self-improvement. When people are focused on becoming their best selves, they're less likely to feel threatened by others' success. This could mean sharing resources for personal development, supporting each other's goals, or even starting a book club focused on self-improvement books. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, practice and encourage empathy. Try to see things from other people's perspectives. When someone is acting out, ask yourself, what might they be feeling? What could be causing this behavior? By fostering empathy, you create an environment where people are more likely to support each other through difficulties rather than turning on each other. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from understanding the roots of jealousy-driven drama to strategies for dealing with it and breaking the cycle. But here's the most important thing to remember. Change is possible. It's easy to get caught up in drama and negativity. It's easy to fall into the trap of jealousy and comparison. But with awareness and effort, we can create a different kind of environment, one where people support each other, celebrate each other's successes, and deal with conflicts in a healthy way. This doesn't mean you'll never encounter drama again. It doesn't mean you'll never feel a twinge of jealousy. These are normal human experiences. But armed with the knowledge and strategies we've discussed, you'll be better equipped to handle these situations when they arise. Remember, the person creating drama with you is often struggling with their own insecurities and fears. While this doesn't excuse their behavior, understanding it can help you respond with compassion, both for them and for yourself. So the next time you find yourself in a dramatic situation, take a deep breath. Remember that you have the power to choose how you respond. You have the power to break the cycle of drama and create more positive relationships. And who knows? By changing your own behavior and fostering a more supportive environment, you might just inspire others to do the same. After all, positivity can be just as contagious as drama, and it's a whole lot more fun. So here's to less drama, more understanding, and happier, healthier relationships. You've got this.